obviously a problem.
How much in there does that have cheese?
Yeah. Not because of someone knew you, but you can create a platform for yourself to which you become.
I sent my wife. Said, are you okay? Alright, welcome to this episode of Peppa Chat. I'm your host, Mad White Jamaican.
I'm Raul Blaze.
Yeah, and today we're talking about Jamaican business owners. I got two very prominent Jamaican business owners right here, which happen to be, oddly enough, very good friends of mine that I used to grow up with in Jamaica. So this should be very interesting. Please introduce yourself. I honestly, talking to this camera here.
This camera right here.
Which camera? Okay. Sorry, I got like.
I got you.
Sorry, we got like
500
cameras.
And I'm Brett Pangsang, a real estate, and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Gonna cut in because I thought he was finished.
Cheers, Brett. Thank you.
Cheers. It's Jamaican Business Channel Week this week in Jamaica, so we're representing the Jamaicans abroad.
Ah, see there?
Salute,
See
salute,
there?
salute. My name is Joshua Echani. I'm a hotel supplier, and I've decided to branch off into a private pillow business, and yeah, and we are here representing Jamaica Business Week also to show our support, and we also do have Jamaicans that have businesses in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
And what better way?
So I don't get no chairs?
That's
a weak story. Anyway.
And what better way to celebrate Jamaica business than some dominoes? It's even have the spinners on it and everything.
Alright, so we're going to set up the domino game as we're going along, guys. If you have any questions, answer them live and we'll have them all answered for you.
Oh, sleeping, I got some double sleeping now.
Alright.
Alright.
Mind your market. Alright, I'll be the host and start it off.
Alright. Okay, so while John's shuffling,
Is that the double?
the devil.
Something.
You guys place your bets now for who you think is going to win.
Are we playing partners or cutthroat?
No partner.
Cutthroat! Because that's what American business is like.
Okay,
Yes.
there we go.
Start off good.
Right.
So how would you relate American business being a Jamaican to Domino's?
Everybody acts like they know what the f they're doing.
Okay.
Aha.
Really?
Yes.
They really don't.
Yes. I like that.
And I'm taking that from experience because I have no clue how to f
And I'll say,
Josh.
I have no idea how to play domino.
Wait a
But we're
second.
great businessmen. We both
Yes,
know.
yes.
No,
As long as these numbers
No.
I know the 6 and the 1 don't go together, right?
I know you guys are lying. No, I know you guys
Brett,
are
we're
lying.
privileged. What's dominoes?
I know you guys are lying. Raul, you see this?
No, but it doesn't matter. This is going to show that they are strong businessmen because they can maneuver any situation.
Thank you, sir.
So if you haven't played it before,
And
it's the opportunity to
watch
show.
me or Brett have the double 6.
So Brett, just out of curiosity, because I know you back home. Him have the double 6. I know, and let's not try. Okay, I know it's hard to resist, but try not to bang. 'Cause
Yes, the
these
dog,
mics
them-
are sensitive, and you have a
Shit,
dog
dog
right
bark.
here ready for runway. But
Yeah,
but
true,
how,
true,
how,
true.
I know
Couple
you
questions in too.
for a long time. Brett had been very entrepreneurial ever since I was younger. How do you think starting businesses in Jamaica and just being entrepreneurial helped you when you came to the US itself?
Well, being in business as a young kid, we're always known it's a matter of people that know you. But the reality of the situation is not really the people that know you. Or sorry, I mean rephrase that. It's always about who you thought you knew in business, politicians,
Yeah.
to get ahead in life.
Yeah.
But the real aspect of it is really who know you. And a lot of people don't really realize that in the growth.
Mhm.
That when you're known and you're the man,
Yeah.
that is when the difference in the whole business aspect.
But have just out of curiosity, has that helped you up here? Have these people that you knew or thought you knew back in Jamaica come to back you, like
Well, I mean,
in terms of like your family?
Play and talk at the same time.
I
And am I turning? I better turn.
I bet turn.
I
I know
saw it go.
John,
John, you're
John, I can't believe this.
all right.
So, are you,
It's all right. You
Alright.
know.
That's fine. We don't read that. We don't read that. You know, we don't read that. What you mean read that? Ask the
These
people
are
that
the
line.
domino players.
Right.
This
Right,
is-
we know it.
I like how it's going
that's
to
so domino go.
I don't say domino go.
John,
Domino goes counterclockwise.
John, this is domino.
That's why I say why anybody a play me piece he might try build up to the big card, you know.
No man,
Oh.
I'm just don't know how to play
Then
domino.
why you play that?
Because it take up time.
I always know
So just to
domino.
get a perspective,
In
right, how
America,
long have
the
you-
difference is
yeah.
time is money. So
Time
we
is
can't
money.
waste it.
Alright, so we had an
But-
episode going on with punctuality last week. Do you find that in America versus in business in Jamaica, there's a lot more like deadlines to be met and you need to be a lot more punctual and keep on top of things?
I do believe in America you have to be a lot more
Let me
punctual.
take a rabbit.
We're a lot more among people that are business oriented, and there's a lot more competition. Where in Jamaica there's more of a monopoly among
okay.
distribution and business.
Ah,
So a lot more businessmen are owners, even though they're very serious and smart.
Yeah.
They have the leisure to be in the lead at their own time pace.
Because there aren't as many competitors as there would be
Where
up here.
in America, there's a lot more substitutes of who
Yeah.
can replace you.
Definitely.
And,
You know,
and cheaper versions of that.
Cheaper versions, yeah. With China coming into the economy so big these days, I imagine that would influence.
And I know in China there's a lot of there's India,
Yeah.
you know, there's Indonesia,
Yeah.
there's a lot of Malaysia, there's a lot of Taiwan. There all these people are banging out the same quality products.
but
Yeah.
the thing is,
It's
but the
10
thing
times
is also, I think in 2016, I'm not quite sure what it is today. Jamaica was voted number 5 in one of the best places to do
My
business.
turn again.
They were talking about not necessarily best place, but in terms of startup.
Yeah.
Like for starting up,
Yes,
Jamaica
it came-
was
it came
voted
in the-
number
it came
5.
in- Yeah, number 5.
Yeah, but wait till.
I think I disagree with that unless you're as Joshua would say
No, but you.
the privilege aspect of having our parents or being known and being in the distribution aspect. Then yes, certain things are more based on connections.
I
of
got you.
Who you know.
Yes.
So they,
But
but
the reality of business
reality
is
of
really
it-
who know you.
but that's a
Yes.
poll, and then who's to say you put up a shop and somebody not come in and say, yo, I might turf this, you have to pay a little something.
Yeah, that same shit can bite you in the ass, you know, because some people might not even like you fucking dad. Might not even like who the fuck you are.
There are different aspects to look at it from that way to say in regards to turf wise. We've all known how it really go in Jamaica. We've rest in peace a lot of great friends and family that has suffered from
Yeah.
that aspect.
No, you're right.
When the
You know,
lockout decided?
Yeah,
6-9 again.
you're right.
6-6.
So
You're right,
Oh,
Brett.
of who?
Because I have
More 6.
a number of family members that actually have paid the price for staying in Jamaica and doing business in Jamaica. People would get honestly killed just for laying somebody off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
of course, and I mean, in the day, there's a lot of heavy business Jamaican people in Jamaica that I've been associated with, and they'll even admit that, in Jamaica, a man with supposedly what you call money is a big fish
No,
in a
of
small
course.
pond.
Of course.
But when you come to America, the difference is
There you go.
the big fish we
No,
consider
if-
in Jamaica is still a very small fish in the
if-
scheme of things up here.
If
I mean,
Jamaica was different, would you be down there doing what you do
That's the
instead?
question.
Yes, I do believe that I would be down here in regards to
Yeah.
opportunity of where my family and peers are.
You're right.
There's connections for me to do greater things and become great. But in America, I get the chance of my independence and building something
For yourself.
for myself
Yeah.
that is seemingly easier.
Do you think that fair also deters a lot of young up and coming Jamaican entrepreneurs? Like for instance, the common person who says, "Oh, I want to open a shop," but do you think they have to stop and think, "I don't want to attract unwanted negative attention"?
You know,
Or-
up here,
Like
They
in
have no
Jamaica,
choice.
you
No,
They have no
stop-
choice.
no, I think
That's what the family telling them too,
it's not. I just think that that might be a part of it, but there's certain things there's certain fairs that are in
Yeah.
America that won't be in
That
Jamaica.
won't be in Jamaica.
Yeah.
I think a fair of opening a storefront. I don't think it doesn't matter if you're in Sistrunk. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
I think people are civilized enough to come in and support what you have to do without people having this bad vibe, you know. But I think Jamaica, there's certain places you cannot open up a shop.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't open up a pillow shop.
In Jamaica.
It's not like in Jamaica. There's certain places. It just sucks. It just sucks.
Yes.
It just sucks that I just have. I have a stigma that I'm not just saying. I've fucking seen myself.
That's a stigma that I
You
feel
understand?
is
So
like
it
shared
just
with a lot
it
of
just
people.
sucks, you know. And then you have extortion, you know. Like I've seen, people have tried to come and extort my dad, right? Unfortunately, my dad tell the man, the boss is not here.
Yeah.
When you come back tomorrow, the boss be here, and when the man leave, my father moved all the construction equipment off property. And it's sad that it's just certain things I don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
I just feel like
it's ruining a part of wanting to go back home and invest in Jamaica.
I don't think it's ruining me investing in Jamaica. It's just at a certain time in my life, a certain peace of mind is very important to me.
Yeah. And that's one more thing you don't have to deal with.
And I just rather not deal with that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
You sure it's my turn?
Everybody cards.
Everybody pass.
How much you have? 2, 2, 2, 3. Your turn. You pass. Excuse me, veteran.
Hold that.
I
owners telling you that?
I have about 4 mics, 3 camera,
You
1
sound like
wife,
Nas. I got 4 mics, 1 mic, 1 mic.
a chicken, oven full of chicken to worry about.
Amen.
I can't sit down there and be the super domino player that I am. No, hold up, that's 4. Sorry, is it?
Oh, me Ross.
Now, another question that I had coming in, what made
Prominent
you guys want to be
Jamaican
with your
businessman.
own- Yeah.
We'll take the first one. Right?
First one? Alright, first one goes to Brett.
There we go. I'm supporting you, bro. I'm supporting you. Well done.
No, Brett sat down here counting. See,
the most
Brett
experienced.
came here the whole time in the car ride, determined to say, well, this is what I'm going to say. We'll play dominoes. I'm going to make sure someone come out on top.
Alright, so the question that's kind of budding for everyone, I saw someone else ask this in the chat room. Did you guys have investors starting up, or did you just go
For me, I have done both ways.
Yeah.
Where I've started multiple businesses since I've been here. When I first came out of college, I came up here by myself, even though I could have had the help from my parents.
Yeah.
But I had peers that were like, and I had good business plans of not only my real estate company, but I had friends that wanted to open a restaurant with me, which I still own multiple restaurants right now.
Okay.
So I have shares in 3 restaurants. I'm in the banking business. I do mortgage lending. I do hard money loans. I do real estate as an agent.
Yeah.
I've owned a couple of real estate companies. I know I'm an agent at a good friend's company.
Okay, so for someone coming up, let's say like if I were just coming out of college, or like I was just migrating.
The important part of today in business with any structure to get personal financing is if you have a real business plan.
Yeah.
As long as you have a solid business plan that you can read to somebody, there's a lot of people that will invest in you, whether who is not educated, not interested. As long as the numbers add up, there are people in America that's willing to give you the chance. Because there's a lot of people that has money that don't have the vision.
Yeah. Yes.
And majority of what I find with the Jamaican community is that we have great ideas, but that's only 10%.
Yeah,
90% is real execution. So if you come up with a business plan, there are a lot of people out there, Americans, Jamaicans, Caribbeans, that is willing to support your idea.
Yeah.
But you can't really bring up a conversation of what you're doing and someone going to invest. You bring a structure, you bring a business plan. Where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself in 3 years?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or where is the company growth?
Solid.
Where's the opportunity for somebody investing $100,000 or $10,000 or $5,000?
Okay.
If I invest that, what is my return?
Yeah.
What will I get in a year? What can I do more in 2 years?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that once everything is see-through and on paper,
Yeah.
you will be able to get an
You
investor.
can do that.
Okay. And Josh, you find that to be the same as well for you? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have similar similar foundations.
Yeah.
I was in the military. I served when I was when it was 9/11 going on. Fortunately, I had a family who could invest in something I had. but not typically invest financially.
Yeah.
I had family that had ideas and their time to give me.
Yeah. Which
Right,
is,
'cause-
their support is the major
Because
thing.
sorry, a lot of people don't know, but my dad was one of the men that lost a shitload when that shit went down in Jamaica.
With the Ponzi scheme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about like to go back and talk about dig up any dirt or.
No, my next door neighbor him.
A lot of people.
I'm
Don't.
just saying that. I'm just saying
Don't.
that like financially, there was really not really much to invest. But fortunately, my dad is a hustler just like his
Yeah.
son, and I think watching him make it out of that and feel like
Yeah.
you know I ran a couple salons and realized that I was absorbing so much people's shit.
Yeah.
You know, I felt like, and it was crazy that like I would come home to my wife and ask her for an hour.
Yeah.
And not because I felt like I needed to just separate myself, but I felt like I needed an hour because I needed to just shed so much crap.
Like de-stress from what was going
Right?
on.
And not only that, I felt like I reached a cap in my earnings and my life and like dealing with people's shit. At the same time, my grandfather passed away. And fortunately, you know, my grandparents own a hotel in Montego Bay.
Yeah.
And somebody reached out to me, one of his friends, and said, listen, you know, I do hotel supply.
Yeah.
You know, your grandfather and I were doing this, and I want to invest in something, and we can invest in something together.
And so you came up with the plan and executed
And
the cut
a lot of people see me opening the warehouse, getting the shit in. A lot of work. I mean, and it's just non-stop.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people these days, I find with younger people, they all want to be CEOs and no one sees the back threading that goes to it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Oh wait, Josh is about to.
But you know, and Raul and I were actually talking in the car, and this is something that me and my wife are big on, is supporting fellow Jamaicans.
Yeah, it's important.
Is there any way that we could get like, or is there maybe, I don't know of any structure that has a Jamaican list of Jamaicans in Florida to support? Like, I need a real estate agent. Why am I going to somebody else? Why can't I go to my directory of Jamaicans abroad and say, there's Brett, I want Brett to represent me and find me a nice place. I need a pillow. Let me just, you know what I mean, there's Josh.
I think first things first.
Do they have that?
They do, but you have to, like, Brett is a quality guy.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, this is not just gas. Like, you know, like when you talk to Brett, it's a very transparent dude. You're getting, you know, the product you're gonna receive from this guy is top shelf, and that is what, you know.
So hold on, wait a second. You make a big stink over that double too. I just
Yo, we've been serving y'all double, son. It's alright.
So what you're trying to say is with Brett, you know what you're getting.
Right.
With a Jamaican directory, you don't know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. I know.
So there must be a way to vet them.
No.
If you get on this list, that means that you practice
Like an
certain.
Angie's list, but for Jamaica.
Like Angie's list, but for Jamaica.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm at a point. I just think that that's borderline discrimination, man.
I agree with
There doesn't have to be an Angeles fucking Jamaicans. We're not that primate.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, we're not.
generally, sorry to cut you, but
Go ahead.
generally, the thing is, as much as we won't
My
want to
turn.
admit,
My turn?
Jamaicans in ourselves are crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
In the sense of a lot of us don't really want to see another flourish, even though we'll say we want to see another flourish.
So there's no
And
backing.
the problem, and there's a negative connotation
A
in
huge
regards
negative
to
connotation.
saying, oh, a Jamaican might want to make more off you. For example,
Yeah.
I get someone to paint my yard, and you know somebody, you know a
Yeah.
Jamaican. Why is it that Jamaican costs more than another person that you don't even know?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
a Spanish or somebody else? And there's a point in our society and our community as Jamaican where you get a big fight from other Jamaicans until you reach a level of so much success where there's no more fight. It's just support.
It's just
Yeah.
support.
So you're doing good. People supposedly want
Yeah.
to support you,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden, oh,
You're right.
Brett making too much, not really support him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then when Brett make it so much,
They
Them
want
name
to
oh, I
drop.
have to support
Them
Brett.
support him, them
Because
name
Brett are my
drop.
real top.
Yes.
And now there's nothing I can do. So it's a fight with us in America to get past certain business
So
levels.
so in other words, we have to break that mindset first.
Yeah.
And
Rather than grudgeful green eye crabbing barrel, we need to change it to this is my brother.
exactly.
I'm
And
off
the
to go
only
behind
thing
him.
is really, as Jamaicans, we have to unite and really show how we support each other and actually do support each other
Yeah.
and spread the word of how we get that around. You know, it's like Jamaica that have lodge and have certain communities how everybody supports everybody.
Mhm.
Where how the Jewish, the money
There you
stays
go.
in a
Yeah,
circle.
yeah.
You're right.
Jamaicans or Caribbeans,
you're right.
we don't have that.
It
That
was-
really help us.
No,
It
but let
was
me get a
said-
joke, okay?
Always.
Hold on, let me get a
It's
joke.
my turn.
I don't even know. You see when
Him did pass.
and
I
I've
think
seen
it's your
this,
turn.
and
You
I've
dropped that
seen this
double.
firsthand.
You drop
alright?
number two?
I
Him
can't
dropped the
ever
double
remember. Did anybody
Hold on.
pass?
Me the pass. Let me say.
You
Alright,
drop that double.
that means it's
I
my
drop, then yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's probably
Six.
Raul's turn.
No, it's on
Him
me.
pass,
Him
your
pass
turn.
already.
You pass again?
Yeah. No, him the pass
Oh,
before.
yeah.
No, you pass on the double.
Who
no,
played double?
him pass on the double
Now what
five.
happened?
Him pose with the 5. You play that.
In my turn, man.
This is the most interesting domino
me-
game
let me
I've
play
ever
this
seen.
now.
Well, in
How you
con-
place and you pass?
in concept,
So me never
playing-
pass.
Oh, alright, no,
That's
don't
alright.
even hold it. No,
you're
even show
turn.
that.
in concept.
Who
in-
dropped the double two?
Me
I-
drop- me
no, this one play the double 2 with
No,
so
no, I
much
play double
fervor.
six.
No, I play double 2.
Alright.
Double two?
Wait,
It's value.
I just want to insert a comment here. Someone said the customers need to spend with integrity, and if you meet to support a Jamaican and the price is too high, look for another Jamaican that offers a similar.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with them, but in the same
But-
breath.
No, but at the same
That's a
time,
bootleg, yo.
this is obviously a problem that's
Okay.
that's been happening a lot, and I've noticed this. Like, whenever a Jewish man gets money, that dollar stays in his community 14
Does.
times before it leaves.
That even-
When it comes into the
it's
Jamaican
just-
community, it's gone. It don't even stay one time and go. The thing is, Brett, you bring up a great point. And the saddest thing about this is, as a new business person, you know, you're very successful. You're definitely a model to definitely look
Emulate.
at, both of you. And what kills me inside is, I'm looking at them and thinking, what did they go through to get to this level? How many people sit down there and turn them back to them? Sit down there and dip on them Facebook page like, oh, they have a new car, I mean, I like that, this
Well,
and
let me
this.
tell you something,
And they
okay?
don't realize, say, you could definitely do something for them can do something for you.
I
And then before
I
you
am-
know it, you have a circle that just look out for each other.
I am experiencing a lot of what Brett is going through in his I don't want to say his early stages. I think in his stages where he has his
Early
friend.
stages.
Early stages.
You must leave.
Really.
Alright,
think-
my
I know,
turn.
it's alright, man. And I think that first of all, you have to have a personality to understand it's not personal, man. Even though you know these guys personally, you know, it's not personal. No, don't get me wrong. You reach out to certain people, and
Speaking about helping.
you're you know you're
Speaking
you're
about-
networking, you're affiliate marketing, however you can do it, and it's, you know, some people just really, I just feel like even though I feel like I suffer from a case of ADD, I like to be very selective with my words and how I speak, because it's really important, you know. I just think that a lot of friends are not where you are essentially in their mind frame.
Yeah.
So it's not important for them at the moment, right? A lot of friends are in that mode that I'm in at the time, and they're like, yo, let's do it. I'm at a certain stage where you're at, we're moving, I see what you're doing, I might need this situation because I really do need whatever I'm providing. And it works, it's organic, it's fluid, there's nothing that has to be sold, because one, I'm providing I'm providing a great product,
Yeah.
right? Two,
That everybody needs.
essentially I hope that
Yeah.
you would need a damn
A
good
damn
pillow.
good pillow. Yeah, it's a smart
Mm.
product.
But those that don't, you know, and I have friends that tell me up front, listen, Josh, you know, your situation, you know, my situation financially,
Yeah.
I can't afford $15, and it sounds crazy, but you don't understand it. Sometimes they might really can't afford that $15. Might
Yeah.
be the gas they need to get to work Thursday night to get paid Friday morning.
I know, no, that's a problem. The disposable income. I don't know how it was in Jamaica. I left Jamaica at 18. I joined the military like you. We'd serve around the same time, I think. I think your brother as well is a military
My brother,
veteran. Yeah, big up Bradley. No, the thing about it is, do you think there's more disposable income back home?
I tell you something, okay?
Let me cut in a second.
Go ahead.
1 second.
If them even have any income back home.
I mean, in regards to disposable income, it's a matter of which is life changing.
But first of all, who plays it?
Fuck, I don't know.
Alright, we just going.
The difference is
We're gonna finish this
really
game.
how much you can save. One of the big keys.
Wait, the whole time I put a 5 down, thing says your card.
Hold on. How you drop to?
Nobody on a 5.
How you drop to?
Listen, I never on a 5. I did this because you posed the 5 in a brother.
No, the game is all messed up.
That's the only reason why I did that. Me not enough 5 in a man, and me
just-
never have no 2 neither. Me not have none of them card there.
Alright, go ahead.
So, in regards to disposable income, it has a lot to do with Jamaicans being able to save more. The Jamaican mentality and our expenses in America is a lot more than what people realize. Because I'm sure, I mean, I think I generate a decent amount of income for myself. And as much as I've been born with a gold spoon, as I would say, I've been on my own since I was 16. I put myself through college. I caught cancer at 20 years old. I pay for that in cash. I've done everything. I've made a lot of money. I've lost a lot of money. I've built from scratch. I've had days where I don't know how I'm going to pay the rent. I've had 4 houses that I've lost all 4. I've came back and opportunities up here. And it's not that we can't put ourselves in a position to make money in America. But it's the problem that makes a difference between a man is to sacrifice and not keep up with the Joneses to be able to save. Now I know people in Jamaica
also
that don't
pride.
generate as much monthly income,
you know what?
but they can save a lot more.
My father actually told me that my family, we still have savings. He said that there's many people that live in Jamaica on debt. And he said he still have savings, but some people just oppose and a floss and them have debt.
No, but Jamaica is a place where your face can get you into fucking shit without actually using your money. It's a crazy thing.
On my turn.
And hold on, and I think that is so essential. You cannot go into a restaurant in America. Maybe you can. Select few and look at your face, and the man know you're good for it.
Jamaica will do that.
Jamaica will do that. Right? That's the difference about here is that up here, those guys need their cash now.
But Raul never knew that life. Raul, we didn't know that life at Jamaica. Where you go place and them know you say, oh yeah, I'm a Kai son that a pang sang that him good.
Yeah. What I realize is
that would be another good topic.
No, I think hold on, let me interject. I think I don't know. And I might offend some people saying this right now.
Yeah.
That's alright with me. You know, there's a difference between, you know, and I actually posted this I think maybe a day, 2 days ago, and there's a lot of people I know that really, don't get me wrong, they went to college and they did the hard work, but they went right back into their family business.
Yeah.
And I my brothers and I had the opportunity to do something like that.
Yeah.
And I just, and maybe it's my personality, I just don't feel me personally, I can't even work for anybody, much less my dad, somebody who's been fucking spanking me my whole goddamn life. Like, how the hell am I supposed to know?
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's a certain level of maturity you develop, and you realize that he was teaching you, but, you know, my thing is this, is that as a parent, and I have 2 kids, a 16-year-old and a 12-year-old. We're going to be 16 and 12, right? And as a parent, you teach your kids these skills, right? You teach them, like, I don't know, but like, but my kids know they have 2 choices in life. to do the right thing or the wrong thing. Everything else falls under that. And you teach them lessons and you show them how to do this. And then, but when they reach a certain age, you say, go out into the world, my child. Take the lessons I've taught you and come back and show me what you've learned. These are the gifts I've given you. Straight up, knowledge.
Oh my God. What's that?
You're smart. You're good looking. You understand? You're ambitious.
Make it happen.
You understand?
You're smart.
You're intelligent.
You're kind.
What?
I agree with him.
Why? Come back and f***ing hover under my wing.
Alright, hold on. I want to hear what Raul and Brad have to say about this.
As a businessman,
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this is number 2.
Hold on, let me wrong.
Number 2.
Polite.
No, but I can count.
Yeah, who else? Yeah, man, him knock it out, man. What you have?
That's right. Get your number almost free.
Now hold on. Don't get me wrong. Hold on. Let me say one thing before I shake.
Yeah.
That's 2.
If my child fails in the world and my company is still successful, then as my son,
We'll help both.
come on home.
And help.
Okay.
Alright.
Statistically,
I'm not that dad. I'm a tough dad, but I want to see you
You'll
win. But I'm also a nurturer. My wife's a nurturer.
So Raul, how do you feel about that? Like, if you were opening up a business, would you want your parents to take Josh's point of view on it?
As opposed to
Going out and doing it on your own?
No, hold on. Don't be wrong. Let me interject.
Yeah.
There's a certain thing. Let me not sound like I'm kicking him out. If my son says, Dad, I think I can do better here helping you, of course, by all means, son, come on in. But I expect you to have a certain ambition to not be in college thinking as soon as I get this degree, I'm going back to my goddamn house.
Yeah.
I'm rocking out for the fucking.
I mean, statistically,
That's hard for
children
me.
that take over parents' businesses actually fail.
Yeah.
It's about 90%.
They feel more.
Probably because
So-
they don't.
Passion.
They don't. Not the passion. There's many factors to it.
There's a lot more factors,
A lot
but
more.
about
Passion
90%
is
rate.
good, but you have to know.
About 90% statistically, if children that take over their parents' business, it fails.
Yeah.
So it's actually a very high rate. So a lot of business people who are really structured in a real organization, that's not a franchise company,
Yeah.
but like a business like a lumber company or a family business that generates a lot of money, you'll see the difference, and their parents that are wise enough to do that
Yeah.
will also already know those statistics.
Okay.
There's very few people that I can name in Jamaica that has really done an awesome job that has done that.
Taken over
Yeah.
a family business and made it grow.
Yeah. So
And that's the word. And make it grow and not maintain a certain level of. You understand?
we're in changing.
Jamaicans are always hustling and know how to make money.
Yeah.
But the biggest question in today's world really is somebody makes $500,000 $1 million US.
No, hold on.
There's a lot of people that don't know what to do with it
What to
after
do
that.
with it? Yeah.
And that's a very big thing.
That's a hard thing though. If you have 500 million US, I don't
No,
think.
500,000.
I must say 500 million. I don't think there's much more you could do after that.
Old school.
The gold spoon, yeah.
It was chipped. Thank you. No, but here's the thing. Don't get me wrong.
Jamaican dollars.
See, there's all different things. Don't get me wrong. If your father or mother, and I'm speaking from a place where this didn't happen.
Yeah.
My dad made sure he said, "Yo, what do you want to be?" That's a very essential question my dad asked me. Right?
Yeah.
What do you want to be? 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 Don't get me wrong. No, if your dad is grooming you from a child to take over, that's a different story. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
If your dad has been showing you from a ropes from you as a kid, you know, like, you know, when you walk through the warehouse or wherever you walk, whichever factory you walk through with dad, you know to operate every machine without.
Yeah.
That is something I can't even compete with. You know what I mean? That's you've been bred for this your whole life.
Now I have to ask because I
But
know
don't come out of college and then it's hard for me, man.
This is my question because I feel like, let's say of the 5 of us, like the 3 of you guys over on there are more like from a privileged lifestyle in Jamaica than would say like Raul and I.
So, from our perspective, Raul, how do you feel about someone like you or me, like opening up a business, like whether it's back home or up here? Like, do you think we would have the same tenacity?
Yeah. I've been trying to say something for a while now, but every time I start talking,
anyway, what we were saying is
no, I'm saying was saying something about people who the starting capital is maybe the apart from having the idea, there's a starting capital that is necessary, that is needed, right? And you made a very good point that there are people out there who can rely on their parents, you know, or a parent knows someone who can invest in them to get them started. But most people who are going into business, they don't really have that starting that social network grouping that starting capital. What I believe is that social media now, there are some people now who are stars now who could never have been rich without the advent of social media, because there's a platform for everyone to be known. Not because that someone knew you, but you can create a platform for yourself to which you become famous and people know you.
Now without having even like your parents back.
Yeah, I just want to be famous. I just think that you can get your.
It helps people. That actually boils down to a lot that had to do with marketing. Social media presence and followers and those things actually have a lot more to do with marketing. And that's what it really boils down to in the real world. Your marketing ability, how much you can get out to people in that aspect. Education has a lot to do with it as well, in the sense of if you are geared to the right educational tools, there's a lot more that you can reach out to create that opportunity.
But it also boils down to community as well. It's sad, but a certain echelons of Jamaica has established themselves with certain business practices, and they go and look out. No man, I'm next.
Was me though.
Okay.
Knock off double for you. Nah man,
and it's the same thing that we talked about earlier with the crabbing barrel and the Jewish community. People have a habit of looking out for them community.
So let's say,
but as a Jamaican, our community never look out for each other.
Alright, so Raul's extremely smart. Let me just do this as and you guys tell me your take on it. Let's say Raul's an extremely smart young businessman, and he goes back home and wants to set up a business, maybe in like the Upper St. Andrew area. Do you feel that if he went home and set it up, because of his background, do you think people would be likely to support him? Or if someone like Josh went back home?
No, but how would they know his background is?
Just for like, him just being a regular, off of looks and everything alone, from first impression.
In a business world, in the real sense, it's a dog eat the dog world. It depends on the type of business. If it brings something that's really good, and it becomes a point where the economies of scale takes place.
The dog is laying on my foot and it's actually going dead.
The right businessman,
I'm not even joking. Look, can we flash? Can we push the camera underneath? Can we show the dog? My left foot is numb. Dog, look, she is fully asleep on my left.
Is that you or me?
Over here, she asleep.
She sleep on.
So one
Let
of the
her sleep.
comments
Leave her
that we
alone.
had
Was I think Jamaican men should be better nurturers. We don't allow our boys to seek emotional counsel, and so they are lacking in development and bonding opportunities. I think that was to tie on to what Josh said about or Jamaican men should be better nurturers.
We're going to sell her a pillow.
We're going to sell her a pillow?
$15 gel pillow. What's got you? $5 delivery just for you.
We're sending it to her.
I'll take off the $5.
No, but I mean, do you think the way Jamaican fathers raise their boys has to do with how, the men come up and they feel maybe I have support to start a business or I don't? Do you think that's there?
Well, okay, let me just say quick because, I believe, I didn't have a father growing up, right? So. And whenever I was in high school or university, and my friends usually tell stories about their fathers, I'm always left out of that conversation because I can't relate. So I believe that.
Dog see my foot. I'm sorry.
having a.
Get off my goddamn foot.
Come here. I can't.
She makes such an
Come here, Misha.
I'm sorry. Oh, Raul, I'm sorry, but
No. So come on,
Misha, I can't feel my toes.
She looks like she's woken up from a really good
Come on, that's that pillow. That's that pillow.
That's Snooze shoes, boy. That's Snooze touch.
So go on.
So I think that having a father giving advice in anywhere, whether it's business or professional or school wise, I think that's an edge.
It is an edge.
Yeah, but yeah.
Many, when it comes to parents and fathers, many Jamaicans don't have that. And I also think that many Jamaicans, because when I was raised in my household, my grandmother had a business. My father was a doctor, but my grandmother was more the business-oriented person. I didn't hang around her enough to get a business sense. But in my world, I never really had that. I wish I did. I never had it.
Yeah.
But what I would have really liked to have is a sense of community and a sense of support and a sense to just support your community.
Yeah.
I think we're lacking that. We're more crabbing barrel. We need to come out of that.
It's in bigger countries like we have a lot. I see that the bigger the Jamaican diaspora, the more of the competition, and not good competition. I mean just malicious competition. Yeah. When I lived in Asia, when I lived in Japan, because maybe the number of Jamaicans were smaller, we were a community. The Jamaican in Japan community was a very tight community. Now it's getting bigger now, and it's getting bigger. People are branching off, but the larger the diaspora, the more people feel the need to.
But with that as an example, then you see how a community working with each other can grow.
It can.
And that's the only way it can grow.
It can grow.
Now you either go make it easy for each other. Or not.
For real.
You pass?
Alright, so one of the other questions that I had was, do you guys think the schooling in Jamaica, because all four of you, did your education in Jamaica, do you feel that the schooling in Jamaica provides any kind of knowledge towards people who are looking to be an entrepreneur? They recently did a survey. 1 in 5 Jamaicans feel that they have what it takes to open up a business. How do you guys feel?
I don't believe that the schools are directed for that. But on the flip side, our Jamaican culture and our parents kind of grows into that community, which is great. But at the same time, there's a saying that it says where there's too much Indians and not enough chiefs.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that would be great workers, but are not great leaders.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people that are designed, especially in America, that are great to build other companies, but don't have the visions or want to take the risks to execute.
Yeah.
There's people that want to be on a steady paycheck and have benefits. Versus others that would like to start a business and take the risk.
So do you feel like maybe out of those 1 in 5 who want to start their own business, they're saying it kind of overconfidently without realizing the risks that it takes?
It takes a lot. Whose place is it? My place? It takes there's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of things that you don't know until you really get into it.
Because
it's not to deter anybody. You just have to really dislike working for people.
So that's why Josh said I want to.
It's not that. It's just that
to work for people, you have to be.
No,
a lot of Jamaicans want.
No, I've always helped make people tons of fucking money. It's not like I'm some kind of guy that's searching for some fountain of gold. I just want to be able to literally. I want to add on to my house right now. I got so much shit going on. I don't mean to say shit, but there's so much going on. I have a 16-year-old. You know how instrumental this boy is right now, and I have a fantastic son. It's just that, he needs me so much that my peace of mind is so. I just need to get this going so that I can make sure he's okay. My daughter's alright. You understand? And a lot of people that start businesses don't have the right meaning behind it.
Yeah. You think they just are like, okay.
I can do this. You got to really get into it. Be like, yo, this is it.
Yeah.
And you think that's why a lot of people fail too? Like a lot of people go out on a limb and they try, and then 1-2 years later they
Nah, man. You know what I mean? I can't even. My wife will show you a book of shit I've started and failed at.
Yeah.
But guess what?
You keep going.
I got the lessons from that mother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got the people that I needed from that mother. I didn't burn no bridges in that last. But I know exactly what it took and the mistakes we made, and we're gonna apply it to the next one. That salon didn't work out. Guess what? We're gonna move to another. That didn't work out. Guess what? We capped out in that goddamn salon. Now we got fucking hustle goddamn fucking hotel supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not a problem. It's just I'm good at moving merchandise. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at people.
Yeah.
Right? And why not do it myself?
Yeah.
Right? But you have to get to a. And remember we were talking about there outside
Yes.
Ocean?
Yes.
No, I have an investor.
Yeah.
As we spoke about earlier today. But you know what I want to do is separate from my investor completely. And it's not like I don't mind doing this for my investor. Fortunately, my family and I but there's a point where a letter had to be written up today. I had to double check it through my wife. She called me back, she's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Fuck this investor." Right, I'm about to take these pillows and goddamn run for the goddamn border with this bitch now, right? But, alright.
But then it worked out?
I just want to give you a quick, just read this out loud.
This is to inform you that due to some personal reasons I am not able to continue my employment with this esteemed company. Therefore, kindly treat this letter as my resignation and relieve me from all responsibilities of my job as soon as possible.
Suck your mother!
Oh my god.
So you officially became your full-on old man.
I just said, but then I sent to my wife. Says, "Are you okay?" I mean to make you jump. Right? And it's not the time yet. It's not the time yet. But it's not even that. My point is, mentally I'm fucking over it.
Yeah.
That is the straw. That's the straw that you take.
Yeah.
You need. I don't know if it's a straw that did Brett or Raul but I'm sure there's some kind of association what it took to not be able to fuck this.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna be truly happy until you wake up in the morning and look at the roof and be like, the fuck do I want to do today?
Yeah. And you're doing your own fashion.
You understand? And it's a hard conversation to have.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard conversation, but I've had a conversation multiple times. That's why. Don't get me wrong, my investor read this fucking letter, It's not like something that we did not. Transparency is something I pride myself on. It's not I'm gonna write something and just have this bitch in my fucking pocket and be feeling this shit inside all goddamn day. That's not how we operate. Yeah. So yo, Ro, first thing he said.
Yes.
And he said to me, he said, listen. He said to me, I know, Josh. He said, I know what's going on in your life, Ray. What's going on? And then look at me and say, what did I tell you? He said, what's the relative? Ocean. He said to me, Josh, if I told you to go to the ocean and get me some water, what would you do? Right? It's just the weirdest question. This is me talking about his best, and he's saying, yo, I was where you were.
Yeah.
He said, listen, if I told you to get water from the ocean, what would you do? I said, get a bucket. He said, just a bucket? And so that's all the water you want?
Yeah.
So you don't want to go for a fucking tanker?
Yeah.
You see, you don't want to go for a pump and suck that water out? You in here fucking bitching about some bullshit in your fucking life? So go get that goddamn money how the fuck you want. I don't need to get loud, but that's exactly what that's what I said to you. I don't want to say this to you outside, bro. I want to tell this to you. He said, yo, why you looking at me? Why am I the fucking reason? So you got some shit going on and I get it. So you see this? Deal with this.
That's what you're gonna do to keep moving forward then, right? As your own business owner.
2-1. What you gotta play? Thank you.
Well, Brett, did you have a breaking point like that in your, like, becoming your own boss, or
I'm always an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it wasn't like a moment where you were just like,
No, I had a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah, but you've always wanted to create your own path. Great.
I think so.
So we are kind of coming up towards the end. One thing I really wanted, because I appreciate how different both of you for your starting was, but what would be your major advice for people who, whether they're in business now or they're looking to go in business, what's the one thing that's kept you going? Like the one thing that you say to yourself, like, I'll keep doing this, or I have to succeed, or like your one driver that you have?
I believe that a business in general, if it's going to be good, something good, just always remember that it takes 3 years for any great business to even turn a profit.
Wow. Okay.
So any profession or any business that you go into, if you put your heart and your desire and you learn everything about that business, in 3 years you learn enough to turn that business into something a lot more lucrative than what you can ever imagine.
So you have
but it's really the dedication and to be patient. And nowadays people want to do something and make money right away. But the truth is, if it's just a job, or if it's a business, it will take a good 3 years before you start to see a good return on your investment. Whether it's your investment on the business or investment on yourself. And that's why people don't really take a degree or something as anything, but investors and business owners look for people that have experience. Because it's that experience that you want to be in that field of business for 3 years.
So give it 3 years and go from there.
That's the rule of thumb.
Alright, and Josh, for you? Ocean?
His son.
The moon, the stars.
I think one of the
He really definitely.
He's passionate, man.
Yeah.
I'm not even. As I told you outside, I wake up in the morning and I remind myself that I ain't shit. Straight.
That's your you haven't reached where you need
Exactly.
to reach.
I mean, I wake up in the morning and I look at myself and I'm like, this is not what you told yourself when you were fucking 15, 16,
It's
17.
funny you said that because
who the fuck are you?
You know how they said that James Brown was the hardest working man in show business? James Brown came from such poverty that he was afraid to go back.
Straight up.
So he kept working. Yeah, he knew what it was like to be seriously hungry, so he didn't stop. Even to the point where he was successful, he just kept on going because he never wanted to be broke.
It's like Oprah. Like
Oprah's
Oprah's
the same way.
Let me tell you something. I think that honestly there are people in this world who are designed to work for people.
Yeah.
And there are people in this world who are designed to lead people. And people designed in this world to just run a business, or people designed to, you know what I mean? You just have to find
who you are
and not have a problem with that working person.
Be happy.
But people feel bad if them are not one leader, but everybody can lead.
Yeah, I know, accept your fucking role.
Yeah, people don't want to do that.
Straight the fuck up. Like, I'm not, listen, you gotta understand what your calling is. I mean, my calling may not be for pillows.
Yeah.
But I had a buddy of mine that said, Josh, you might be a pillow billionaire. Did I take him seriously? If you watching me, bro, no. But I respected his words in it. Because he believed so much that was what I needed for that day. I took that, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. I told him, listen, if I make whatever goal I've set for this pillows, if I achieve that, I might invest in something else. That's not a problem.
Like how Brett has his hands.
Exactly, but I feel, I have a degree in music. I used to teach at SAE. I there's so much stuff I'm dabbling in that a lot of people don't know, but it's just the timing. Right now, the timing of my life is to make sure that, once again, I have 2 kids that need the foundation is. Listen, there's only 2 or 3 times in your kid's life that you need to fucking make sure you pay serious attention. 2 to 5 where them impressionable like shit. Like 6 to 9 to 7 them start developing a personality. That's cool. So when them reach 12 and 16, you need to make sure them not turning on like a fuckery youth. Our dads were serious men. I don't think y'all remember this. Or if you, like my dad, like don't get me wrong, To this day, if I call my dad and my dad finds himself laughing more than 20 seconds, he says, I'm hanging up now. And this personality of mine comes from that. Yeah. Shutting that shit down. You don't get it. Like Jamaican dads have a certain fearlessness to them. Yeah. We don't show that on our kids. But when it's time to fucking do, we do.
This is heavy.
But we gotta make sure, the point in this is make sure you know what you're doing it for. Yeah. You want to go into business for yourself?
Your why.
Do it. No, you're not doing this for money. You're not doing this. You're doing this because you're an independent and that's it.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Let's play a game. Let's play one game.
Alright, yeah. We're wrapping up right now.
Are we wrapping? Alright, we're wrapping one game.
Definitely.
That's it.
John,
and it's just one.
Anything you wanted to say?
One game.
I just want to make sure if you guys have any questions, please send them on the live to me or John, and we can reach out to them and have them answer the question and give you. So I know many of you have questions, you couldn't answer them. Just send the questions and we'll answer them.
And we'll be putting links to both of their businesses and also plugs so you guys can see them, support them. We're in the South Florida area. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming on. I think we definitely learned a lot. Like, I mean, how do our two hosts still?
I'm good. I'm good. I this was just for them to talk. I not
perfect.
You know what's crazy though is that Brett and I went to prep school together.
Yeah. And you went to school with John.
Yeah,
right?
Brett and John and I went to the 7th grade together. 7th and a little bit of 8th. This is not. Yeah. You know. My grandma said.
You went to George's?
I think his brother. You went to George's too, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's no coincidences. Whatever happens in your life, it's your path. Just make sure you got that. Goddamn, you're ready to.
Joshua and I both got expelled from about 4 different high schools.
And that's why we're here right now. That's why we're here.
Yeah, Josh was notorious for
did you not see my fucking?
I probably got expelled from more high schools than Joshua.
I never got expelled.
Like, believe that? Like professional.
And we're winning domino games.
Like, he strikes as like a very studious type. I wouldn't expect you to have been like the iPod.
No, I was still a straight A student. I still went to university.
No, he joined the university a different crowd
and graduated at 20.
Yeah.
You know.
So you
but
were just.
It's just time. Certain days just were the problem is Brett had toys. He had dirt bike and like.
The Jamaican was still unruly.
Yes.
Okay.
But anyway, thank you guys for this. I just want y'all to know that whoever chooses the lowest card is take a shot.
Alright. Okay.
I don't mind. It's gonna be you, the lowest.
Is it gonna be you?
Yes, the lowest.
9,
Oh, so the most
7, 5.
I'm like,
That's embarrassing.
That's a wrap.
What is that?
That's embarrassing.